morning, everyone. Today, we will discussing a topic in A-level chemistry related to states of matter solid. Additionally, we will look at some example exam questions and tips. Without further ado, let's get started. Ceramics are material commonly used in both industries and home. They are hard, brittle, and resistant to heat and corrosion. Ceramics are made by shaping non-metallic minerals like clay and then heating them at high temperature. In AS or A-level studies, important ceramics include those made from magnesium oxide, aluminum oxide, and silicon dioxide. And these materials are used for furnace lining, electrical insulators, like those are high voltage power lines, and products such as glass and crockery. Below is an example of the solid of matter, states of matter solid, in terms of the melting point, solubility, electrical conductivity. Let's look into the electrovalent. Example is sodium chloride and magnesium chloride, where they have high melting point due to strong electrostatic forces between ions, and soluble in polar solvent because iron interact with water molecule and the lattice breakdown. In terms of the electrical conductivity, insulator when solid, conductor when molten, and when in solution because the ions are mobile. Simple covalent, example iodine. They have low melting point due to weak forces between molecules, insoluble in polar solvent but may dissolve in non-polar solvent. In terms of the electrical conductivity, they are insulator and no ions or free electron to conduct. For the giant covalent example, diamond, graphite, silicon, oxide, and in terms of the melting point, is a very high melting point due to the strong covalent bond forming the giant lattice. And diamond, graphite, and silicon oxide, mostly insoluble in both polar and in non-polar solvent. In terms of the electrical conductivity, mostly insulated due to electron, localized in bond. Graphite is an exception due to the localized electron in its lattice. Hydrogen bonded, example ice, they have low melting point due to relatively weak forces between molecules. Soluble in polar solvent because hydrogen bond formed with a solvent. And ice is insulator, no iron-free electrons to conduct. Metallic, example here is copper. They have relatively high melting point because of strong metallic bond. And solubility, copper insoluble in water but may react with water. And copper conducts when solid due to delocalized electron in lattice. Questions. Explain the strength, high melting point, and electrical insulating properties of ceramic in terms of their giant molecule structures. So, the answer for this question would be, for high melting point, ceramic have very high melting point because of the strong covalent bond in their giant molecule lattice. In terms of the electrical insulation, ceramics are insulator because the electrons are localized in the bond and cannot move freely. In terms of the strength, ceramics are strong due to the strong covalent bond in the lattice, making them rigid and resistant to deformation. And this giant molecular structure gives ceramic their key properties. Let's look into the tips for the exam question. The exam question may ask you to use your knowledge of bonding and structure to explain the properties of a given material. So, in order to tackle this type of question, in answering such question, it is very important to know both the type of structure you are dealing with and the type of bond present. Let's look into the structure diamond and silicon oxide. Gold is a metal known for its metallic bonding, where atoms share electrons in a sea of delocalized electrons, allowing for good conductivity and malleability. Silicon oxide also known as silica, has a covalent network structure. In this structure, each silicon atom is covalently bonded to 4 oxygen atoms in a tetrahedral arrangement, forming a 3-dimensional lattice. Metal alloys are the mixtures of 2 or more metals, or a metals and a non-metals, that enhance properties like strength, corrosion, resistance, and malleability. Example, alloys are mixtures of 2 or more metals, or a metals and a non-metal, that enhance properties like strength, corrosion, resistance, and malleability. Zinc is a corrosion-resistant metal commonly used for galvanizing steel to prevent rusting. And it is found in batteries, die casting, and as an alloying element in brass. Copper is a good conductor of electricity and heat malleability and resistance to corrosion. And it is used in electrical wiring, plumbing, and various alloy like brass and bronze. As a summary, alloy improve the properties of a base material. Zinc and copper are often combined to create alloy that are both strong and resistant to corrosions. That's conclude today's session. I look forward to seeing you at the next session. Please subscribe to the Jom Study Live YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. And best of luck in your studies and wishing you every success. Thank you for your support and cooperation.